Hey guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 315th episode of my series, where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So while we've pretty much only covered relatively well-known and famous artists thus far in this set of 2000s classics, today I wanted to break out of that habit a bit by instead discussing a much more underground and alternative release, coming in the form of Selling Live Water, the awesome 2003 LP from Anticon's own Soul. I brought this extremely talented MC up a few times previously on the channel when I was discussing other impactful releases this indie label produced, in an effort to challenge mainstream rap conventions, like Cloud Dead's 2001 self-titled debut, or 1999's The Taste of Rain, Why Kneel, by the group Deep Puddle Dynamics, a group which actually included Soul as a core member, alongside Dose 1 of Cloud Dead, Slug of Atmosphere, and the late underground legend Alias, and I'll leave a link for those two reviews down below in the description, since they offer a bit more information on the formation of Anticon, as well as their early days rise to prominence and my relationship with their music. While there's definitely some artists on the roster who delve a bit further into the avant-garde and truly abstract side of hip-hop, Soul bridges the gap a bit by delivering a unique, rapid-fire flow that he uses to paint dense, vivid verses that still aren't conventional by any means, but they're definitely a bit more generally accessible than most of the output you'll find from an act like Cloud Dead. The song that first introduced me to this dude actually came off his debut 2000's Bottle of Humans, where the title track completely enamored me through its eerie and haunting instrumental. And once I heard Soul's ridiculous talent for constructing these poetic, imaginative bars, I instantly went to check out the rest of his discography. And while Bottle of Humans still likely remains my favorite track in his catalog, the project we're covering today is a bit more fleshed out and polished compared to the work that preceded it. Really one of the only other labels attempting to deconstruct and reimagine the genre the way these guys were at the time was Def Jux, which is sort of ironic considering Soul would end up having a beef with LP, and while there's killer diss tracks on both sides like Linda Tripp or Dear LP, I for one would have gladly traded both to see those two legends and movements collide. I've seen a recent interview in which Soul was basically set up with a question about this old beef, and from his mature response it was apparent that this whole situation has become water under the bridge at this point. However, back in the early 2000s when Selling Live Water came out, it was a bit of a different story. In fact, the very first track here even sneaks in a little jab about how Ruckus Records, the label that housed Company Flow and other alternative acts prior to the formation of Def Jux, apparently tried to sign Soul, which I have to assume he turned down. I actually want to share some of the lines from this opener because it's one of, if not my favorite song here, with this off-kilter, lumbering beat that sets up our MC to deliver a poignant and memorable set of raps that brief you on exactly who Soul is and what his mission statement is as an artist, as well as where he happened to be mentally at this time in his career. He starts up this undeniable highlight with a stellar hook, rapping, "Cops ain't shit to me, jobs ain't nothing but free pens and long distance calls, thought I had it all. The God got birth control. The white man's the fucking devil. I wanted to be black at age 14. So when they say I don't respect the culture, truth is, I only rap cause I ain't smart enough to write a book. I've never paid a parking ticket. It's $20 now or $300 then. You want your money, come and get it, but better bring 200 guns and 100 men." After that, the chaotic instrumental picks up and Soul does the same with his pen, giving us even more quotable lines starting with, "I've killed a million pens and thrown many stones but never lost a bet. Looking at the fossil on my wrist like, is my 5 minutes up yet? Got more time to relax now so I can say fuck the industry. Came for Rupert Murdoch's throat, left with Ruckus trying to sign me. You can't buy me. I'm holding my chips till I land on last place. I didn't burn any bridges, I never needed none of them in the first place. 'Cause money made is money gone is money never had. Money here only pretends to care for the people we leave around, and always pack light 'cause the guns are packing suckers, all mad 'cause someone else paid 'em, shaking in their waste your life away stance. 'Cause it's cool to be tragically hip, fools rule the universe. It's okay, you say you want blood but drink piss all day. I say hang the queen from every street light on every Washington street. Tell 'em it's difficult to have sex on waterbeds, 'cause most of us can't afford waterbeds, and if we could, we'd move out the hipster settlement of Oakland. The fine line between low income and no income, and I can't read no lips 'cause I am stoned. Always wanted to be a rapper, but when I finally made it there, no one wanted me. Since no one wants me here, in the immortal words of Ice-T, you should have killed me last year. But in the mere mortal words of me, I've torn up some rebuttals and lost more friends, but like the old saying goes, if you can't nuke 'em, starve 'em or drop food on 'em. I'm half a brothel, half a novel, half a one-man army. MCs don't want beef. They want to shake my hand, then make a diss song about me. 'Cause idiots live to outdo their shortcomings, while my inner Napoleon is frying the bigger fish. I hold the grudge like a mic and a girl like a cross. People say I'm vague, but we know who's in vogue, and when the revolution comes, all you'll know how to do is beg. There may not be any guest appearances on Selling Live Water, but there was a small group of in-house Anticon producers who put together this forward-thinking set of instrumentals, including Telephone Jim Jesus, Gel, Alias, and Ad Nauseam, another member of Cloud Dead. For my honorable mentions on this insanely consistent LP, I narrowed my recommendations down to songs like TP on a Highway Blues, Shoot the Messenger, Respect Part 3, Plutonium, Tokyo, Pawn in the Game Part 1, Pawn in the Game Part 2, the title track, and Slow Cold Drops. Then when it comes down to the overall top 3, I'm gonna leave out The Baddest Poet since that was the track I chose to share a verse from, and instead name my favorites as Salt on Everything, Sibago, and The Priziest Horse. Thank you for watching my 315th video. Next time we're gonna touch on an extremely experimental, alternative, and forward-thinking group, so check for that upload, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what moments stood out to you the most off this unique experience. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright.